After one of the most roughest wait periods for an SSF2 update, and they said the Great Depression was bad, pfft, babies. It is finally here. Super Smash Flash 2 Update 1.4. This is the one they've been teasing for so long. The SSF2 community has been starving, and now finally their grandchildren's grandchildren can play King Dedede. The last update this game got was over 3 years ago, and Ganondorf, the most recent newcomer, was over 4 years ago. That's right, little itty bitty freshmen could get their diplomas in the amount of time this took. We got new items, we got new stages, we got new character changes. Lloyd feels like he actually belongs in this game. Goku and Tails got reworks, and to top it all off, we finally got the king. So let's get into it. Let's see if this update was worth the wait, or are we getting the bad ending? Oh no, I'm dying of ass! Starting with the new items and the new Pokemon, a lot of them will be ones you recognize if you played Sakurai's game. Aura Club, Power Block, Potion, all cool additions. The Gust Jar is similar to the Gust Bellows item in Smash Bros, it's just not a continuous blow. I know, pretty sad. Some of the SSF2 exclusive items are ones like the Coconut Gun. Look at it. You know what it does. And the multiple Sonic Shields. The normal one, the fire one, the electric one, and the bubble one. Fire shoots you forward, electric does a shock every now and then, and bubble bounces you up and down. These things can bypass final smashes, which is insane, but with a few good hits, they can be broken. But these are pretty cool to mess around with, fire being my favorite one. Some new Pokemon have joined the game that have also been in the Smash Bros series, like Unknown and Celebi. But wait! There are some differences. For starters, the Legends Arceus version of Electrode is in the game. Celebi will give you an extra stock or a point as opposed to in Melee where it just gave you a trophy. And Mew has the chance to give you a shield as opposed to in Ultimate where it does jack all. I kid you not, it just flies away like my work here is done. Like brother, what do you even do? In previous Smash games, Mew at least had a use. Smash 4 and Brawl, it could drop items like CDs or custom parts. In Melee, yeah sure, it also did jack all, but at least it had a purpose. You needed it to see Celebi, and it at least congratulated you when you first saw it. 64 again congratulated you when you saw it in Classic mode. Ultimate? Nah, we just existing out here. One of the Super Smash Flash 2 exclusive Pokemon is Regirock, named famously after the moves Reggie would hit on the dance floor. That's not true! It's a pretty simple one, it just drops multiple rocks from the sky, but hey, pretty cool. Hoping to see more exclusive Pokemon in Super Smash Bros. 2. Especially from Gen 8 and 9, those guys are starving bro, Ultimate only gave them pictures. And then we get to the assist trophies. Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, Air Man from Mega Man 2, Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, and... what the hell? Vegeta will do his famous final flash, Arthur will throw his javelins, which isn't annoying at all. Air Man will spawn multiple tornadoes, and the statues shoot circles. Cool that they're here, but man, you're telling me Kakarot gets an entire rework and Vegeta gets assist trophy tier? Some things never change. The new stages are pretty good. Palace of Twilight's my personal favorite looks wise, but Snow Point Temple does look very cozy and I like it a lot. And I'm a sucker for a good ring stage. But the last new stage that I want to talk about is a very interesting pick. It's Jungle Island from... very interesting pick for a stage, and even better, they added in the announcer to chime in whenever someone dies, showing just how trash they are at the game, just like in Monkey Ball. Honestly, I'd be down if a few more series came with a stage but no character. Now I know all the Gon fans are ready to throw hands he didn't get in the game, but while I do think the monkeys would be cool in the game and would definitely work as characters, it'd be a little challenging but not impossible. When people think about Monkey Ball, they usually think about the stages themselves being difficult, so I think this just works on its own. Plus there are a lot of different locations in gaming that you could pick from that don't necessarily need a character to go alongside them. Also, this would help for a lot of anime characters as well since we're never getting another one. Like imagine a UA or Shibuya incident stage, oh my god! Then again, I don't know how likely that actually is. These stages look like they take ages to make, but hey, I can dream. Multiple characters have gotten new colors, including Goku and Falco, who used to have these ugly color options. The cure is spreading, man. They about to all be saved. A really cool thing they did for some of the costumes was give them unique voice lines and sound effects. For example, Evil Ryu and Dark Pit. Like, this is such a cool idea I didn't even think they would do. Like, yeah, sure, Dark Pit could have been his own character, but respectfully, no. I don't know how many more colors you could do this for. Off the top of my head, I think Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora and OG Naruto voice lines would be pretty cool. Yeah, sure, it's the same character, just baby, but I think it'd be neat. But this was a cool addition, love these small details. Classic mode got some improvements, now being longer and including the brand new Race to the Finish, and some improvements to Multi-Man Smash. I'm sorry, I'm calling it Multi-Man Melee, it just sounds better. For those of you who have never touched a 64 or a Melee, Race to the Finish is exactly what it sounds like. You go through a platforming course, multiple paths, and try to get to the end as fast as you can. I'm not super crazy about this mode, but I'm glad it's here. New target tests were added for certain characters. Only problem, I suck with all these characters.
Oh, hell no.
So, look at this Simon one on Twitter.
Success.
Alright, time for the thing you've probably been waiting for. It's time to talk about the characters. It's time to talk about the resprites. It's time to talk about the reworks. Let's start with Meta Knight and Lloyd. Man, this is about to make me tear up.
This shit means something to me, man.
You do not know how long Lloyd has had that same old sprite that just does not fit with the rest of the game. And finally, here he is. He looks amazing. They changed his double swords to be his more recognizable swords from the game as opposed to the ones his old sprite had, which were spoilers. That's awesome. This change makes sense, but to be fair, SSF2 is no stranger to spoilers. Just look at all the anime final smashes. Meta Knight's sprites also got an upgrade. I thought he already looked good to begin with, but hey, I'm not complaining about higher quality. His final smash did get a change though, now including the rest of the Meta Knights, which is a good touch. Two characters got entire reworks, that being Tails and Goku. Starting with Tails, they changed some of his aerials, for example, this new spinning tail nair and this new up air. They changed his down smash and his forward smash, getting rid of the spring glove and this Hulk style clap, like bro, you ain't him. Now, while I am kinda mixed about the spring glove change for reasons I'll get into in a minute, I do like the other normal move changes. They fit a lot better and he still has a lot of good combo potential. The biggest change to Tails' moveset is his up special, retiring the mini Robo for his iconic flying move. This change also just makes sense. This move is iconic for Tails, and despite having multi-jumps, his recovery game was trash. That being said, I am going to miss him having multiple gadgets like the spring glove and the bomb. I mean, when you think about Tails, what do you think about? His smarts? His two tails? His bravery?
Sonic, help me!
Dog, you've beaten him before! So him having those gadgets fit very well with his character. Now I know they still have the Energy Ball Blast and they added a new range jab for him, but I am gonna still miss those two moves. Now let's talk about the Saiyan warrior himself, Son Goku, and man, they cooked. I don't know if this is just recency biased, but this has to be one of the best versions of Goku I have played in a platform fighter. He is top 3, and he ain't number 3. Now while I do like the old version of Goku in SF2, this version takes him to the next level. He has amazing, brand new fast hitting moves like this multi-hitting nair and this multi-hitting side tilt. Now this version of Goku also removes the float, which, granted, it makes sense why he had it. His combo game did need a bit more spice and float did help with that. Trust me on this version does not need it. Side B now gets the much needed change it needed, now being a flying Dragon Ball style dash. Tenkaichi did it. Fighters did it, Crusade did it, Mono Goku did it, hell Jump Force's Doodoo Dog Water and even it knew it needed to do it. This move just fits Goku like a glove. Up special is still instant transmission, but now there's no kick at the end. Instead, at the end of it, you get to do whatever attack you want. And it gives you back your side special, so you can side special, up special, and side special again, making Goku's recovery game even better. Down B is still Kaioken, but it has been entirely changed. In SF2, it used to be a move you could hit someone and it would make you faster and stronger, but it would damage you. Now it is simply a meter. build it up, and you become faster and stronger. No damage. Now I do understand why it damaged you back then. Numero uno. This move could be activated whenever, so they need to give it a flaw of some sort. And numero dos, Dragon Ball has stated that Kaioken does put strain on Goku's body. Which, now thinking about it, what level of Kaioken is he even at in SSF2? Because this is the same version of Goku that's fighting gods. He should not be struggling with Kaioken still. This change makes a ton of sense. It's no longer a move where you gotta go, damn, I'm getting my ass beat. Guess I got no choice. You now just need to build it up and you get rewarded. And I haven't even talked about the new taunt or the new victory animation, which are 10 times better. No Saiyan walk, but hey, baby steps. There's nothing more to say here. They've nailed it. Now, if you've seen my series SSF2 vs Crusade, I know what you're thinking. Is this version of Tails and Goku now better than the Crusade versions? We'll save that answer for a video down the line. But, are these versions better than the previous SSF2 versions? Absolutely. Oh yeah, now it is time to talk about King Dedede in SSF2, and it is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate King Dedede. Not just down to the moveset, down to his looks as well. They could have pulled a wacky one and added Forgotten Land King Dedede. Then again, this is sprite work. You know how long that takes? I don't even think that game was announced yet. This is another scenario where SSF2 plays it safe and it is the right option. King Dedede's moveset in Super Smash Bros. Is perfectly fine the way it is, no need to change it. They could have went old school and thrown in some Waddle Dee throwing, but he doesn't do that anymore. He's a changed penguin. He's got the inhale. He's got the Gordo. He's got the rocket hammer. If you played him in Smash 4 or Ultimate, grab a chair, get a controller, kiss a homie, get that last part, and make yourself at home. Because aside from a few stat changes, it's the same guy. The most unique thing SSF2 gave him was a new final smash. Instead of making it a steel cage match, he now just does a spinneroonie with his hammer and some missile strikes to the opponent. Pretty good. But imagine all the army though. Overall, he's still pretty fun. If they add right back at your lines, I will marry him platonically. This update has so much in it, to talk about all of it in detail would take as long as 1.5 update getting here. So let's go through more additions quickly. Pretty much every character got a new change. It might have been something as small as a stat change, or as big as Bandana D getting a new jab, new voice lines for Kirby's copy abilities done by Mega Elise, Naruto getting an updated victory theme,
This game's winner is...
or just making your character ass. There was something for everyone. Victory animations now come with a new background, which looks pretty good. Tons of stages either got new visuals, like Hidden Leaf Village now having Ino, Sakura, and Kakashi. Wait, they weren't already there before? Or got entirely revamped, like Mushroom Kingdom 3 now having multiple layouts which are very fun to play on. Or their layout just changed, like Bowser's Castle. Dog, how am I supposed to focus on the match when he's back there slaying? Fun fact, he will disappear from the background if Bowser is in play. And how about the new music like Triple Deluxe Melody? Dearly Beloved. DBZ fight theme. And a remix of one of my favorite Smash Bros. Menu themes. This update might have taken ages, but it was definitely worth the wait. Rest easy everyone, you will not die from ass. Unless you're into that. The video has ceased. Thanks for watching.
I just lost my dog.